Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. Today we have several important stories to discuss. We'll talk about the South Sudan ICT Ministry defending its partnership with Changfied Capital after action announced by the United States we will also discuss the government decision to send a peace delegation to Barghazal and Unity State ahead of election. And finally, we will look at a strong statement made by a senior SPLM official about the 2018 peace agreement and what this could mean for the future of South Sudan. Before we proceed, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin our report with South Sudan ICT Minister support Changfied Capital after U.S. measures. The Ministry of Information, Communication Technology and Postal Services in South Sudan has publicly defended its working relationship with a company called Changfied Capital Limited. This statement came only one day after the United States government announced measures against some South Sudanese official, an organization that it accused of affecting the peace process in the country. Well, according to the ministry, Changfied Capital has been helping South Sudan in the area of electronic government services, also known as e-services. In a statement released on May 13, 2026, the ministry explained that the company has been involved in research and development work aimed at improving government services through technology. The ministry said this work is part of South Sudan's digital transformation plan. Leaders say they want to modernize government systems so services can become faster, more transparent, and easier for citizens to access. Officials also explained that the partnership followed official government procedures and was connected to approved reform by the Council of Ministers. According to the ministry, Changfied Capital is helping improve digital system, government coordination, and online services for citizens. According to this report, the ministry added that digital transformation is very important for improving public administration in South Sudan. Officials say they remain committed to build a modern government system that works better for ordinary people within the country. However, this announcement came during a very sensitive moment. The United States recently released a strong statement warning that South Sudan could return to large-scale conflict if peace efforts continue to face delay. The U.S. State Department accused some individual and organization of slowing down implementation of the 2018 peace agreement. The statement also mentioned Changfied Capital Limited. American officials accused the company of involvement in misuse of public money and diversion of foreign assistance that was meant to help the people of South Sudan. According to this information, the United States also raised concern about report of human rights abuses, military activities in northern Jonglei State, and delay in important part of the peace agreement. Another issue raised by Washington were the continued detention of political figures and delay in political reform. At this moment, the U.S. government has not publicly named all officials affected by visa restrictions. Now, many South Sudanese citizens are asking important questions. What exactly is happening between the government and the United States? could this tension affect relation between Juba and Washington? And what impact could this have on development project and foreign investment in South Sudan? Well, many observers believe the South Sudanese government is trying to defend its development plan, especially in the technology sector. Government officials argued that improving digital system can reduce corruption, improve efficiency, and help citizens access services more easily. On the other hand, critics said there must be strong transparency and accountability in all partnerships involving public money. This story is likely to continue developing in the coming months, days, and weeks. People inside South Sudan and members of the international community will closely watch how both sides respond. Well, one important thing to understand is that South Sudan is currently facing many challenges at the same time. The country continues to struggle with political disagreement, economic hardship, humanitarian needs, and delay in implementing the peace agreement that was signed in 2018 between President Salva Kiir Mayardit and Dr. Riek Machar. At the same time, leaders are trying to prepare the country for future elections. Because of this, any disagreement between the government and international partner can quickly become a major national issue. Many citizens are also worried about the economy. Some fear that international pressure or sanction could make economic conditions even harder for ordinary people. Others believe reform and accountability are necessary if the country wants long-term peace and development. This is why this story is attracting it attracts so much attention both inside and outside South Sudan. As more information becomes available, we will continue bringing updates here on the channel. Before we proceed, please, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, if the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's move on to our second top story here. Government plan peace mission to Barghazal and Unity State. Well, the government of South Sudan said it planned to send a high-level peace delegation to Barghazal and Unity State ahead of the expected national election. The announcement was made by President Hussein Abdel-Baghi called during a meeting with the head of the United Nations mission in South Sudan, also known as UNMISS. The meeting took place in Juba on Wednesday. According to a statement from the office of the Vice President, the delegation will carry a message of peace, unity, and reconciliation. The main goal is to encourage peaceful coexistence and create a good environment before election take place. Government leaders said maintaining stability is very important during this political period. Vice President Abdel-Baghi also said the government remains committed to implementing the revitalized peace agreement. He praised the United Nations for supporting South Sudan since 2005. He also called for stronger cooperation in several important areas, including peace building, humanitarian assistance, education, and health care. According to this information, the meeting also focused on how the government and the United States or United Nations can continue working together to protect civilians and improve services for citizens across the country. Well, on her side, Anita Kiki Gebeo, who lead UNMISS in South Sudan, reportedly reaffirmed the United Nations commitment to supporting peace, stability, and security in the country. Now, this Planet Peace mission is very important because South Sudan is moving closer toward election. Elections are always sensitive, especially in countries that have experienced conflict. Many communities in South Sudan still face insecurity, displacement, and political tension. Because of this, leaders are trying to encourage dialogue and reconciliation before a political competition become more intense. Observers say peace message from senior government official could help reduce tension in some areas. However, some citizens are asking whether words alone will be enough. Many people want to see practical action that improve security, create trust among political groups, and address community grievances. Another challenge is that some political disagreements remain unresolved. There are still concerns about the implementation of key part of the peace agreement. Questions also remain about political detainees, constitutional reform, and preparation for election. Despite these concerns, the government said it wants election to happen peacefully and successfully. International organizations are also encouraging South Sudanese leaders to continue dialogue and avoid violences. Well, for ordinary citizens, peace remains the most important issue. Many South Sudanese have suffered enough through years of conflict and instability. Families want security, job, healthcare, education, and opportunities for young people. That is why peace and reconciliation efforts remain extremely important within South Sudan. Well, people across the country will now wait to see how this peace delegation perform and whether it helped reduce tension in the targeted region. Before we move on, please hit the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. A senior SPLM official questioned 2018 peace agreement. This is controversial. According to this, well, a senior officials from South Sudan ruling SPLM party has made a controversial comment about the country 2018 peace agreement. This senior government official is Simon Kunpoch. Simon Kunpoch, who serves as the SPLM third deputy chairman, say he personally does not believe in the peace agreement. He even stated that the SPLM party could choose to reject or disown the agreement. This remark have caused debate and concern among many observers. The 2018 peace agreement was signed by President Salva Kiir Mayardit, an opposition leader, first by President Dr. Riek Machar. The agreement helped end year of civil war and later lead to the formation of a unity government in 2020. Simon Kunpoch is speaking during a community event in Juba. Simon said he believed the SPLM itself is not officially part of that agreement. According to Simon Kunpoch, the agreement mainly involved the transitional government. He also claimed that he told diplomats from the United States and the United Kingdom that the SPLM could decide to reject the agreement. His comment comes at a time when the transitional government is proposing changes to some section of the peace agreement. This proposed amendment reportedly involved election, constitutional reform, and the legal authority of the peace agreement. However, these changes have already faced criticism. Some opposition members connected to Dr. Machar, the first vice president, boycotted discussion about the amendment. Peace monitoring group and some international leaders and some international partners also criticized the process, saying it was not inclusive enough. Simon Kunpoch also questioned why foreign countries are putting pressure on South Sudan regarding the peace agreement. Simon Kunpoch argued that some foreign government and organizations were not signatories to the agreement yet continue to influence discussion about it. At the same time, his comment created confusion because later in his speech he acknowledged the SPLM members are involved in changing part of the agreement. He also praised Justice Minister Michael McQuillet for helping review the legal aspect of the proposed amendment. Another important issue raised by Simon Kunpoj was the detention of opposition leader Dr. Machar. Simon Kunpoj warned opposition supporters against demanding Machar release before court decisions are made. According to Simon Kunpoj, only the court can decide whether Dr. Machar should be released or remain detained. He added that even President Salva Kiir Mayardit does not have the power to interfere with court proceedings. These comments are significant because the peace agreement remains the foundation of South Sudan's transitional political system. Any suggestion that the agreement could be rejected creates concern among peace observers. Well, many people fear that political disagreement could increase tension if leaders fail to reach consensus. Others believe the agreement may need reform to address current realities and move the country toward election. This debate highlights the difficulties or the difficult political situation facing South Sudan today. The country is balancing peace implementation, political competition, constitution reform, security challenges, and election preparation all at the same time. Citizens are watching closely to see whether the leader will continue working together or whether division will deepen. International partners are also monitoring the situation carefully because stability in South Sudan affects the wider region. For ordinary South Sudanese people, the biggest hope is peace, is for peace to continue. Many citizens are tired of conflict and political instability. Young people especially want opportunities, development, education, and job instead of violence and uncertainty. The coming month could become very important for the future direction of South Sudan. Will political leaders find common ground? Will the peace agreement survive growing disagreement? Or will election happen peacefully? These are some of the questions many South Sudanese are asking today. Well, South Sudan is going through a very important political period. The country is facing pressure from both inside and outside. There are discussions about peace implementation, government reform, election, international relations, and accountability. At the same time, millions of ordinary citizens continue focusing on daily survival and hope for a better future. The government said it remained committed to peace and reform. International partners continue calling for accountability and full implementation of agreement. Opposition groups are also demanding political fairness and inclusivity. How these issues are handled in the coming month may shape the future of South Sudan for many years. Well, we will continue following every development and bring you the latest update and analysis right here on Changfied YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching today's program. If you are new, please make sure you have the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's meet on the next report.